Today on Hollywood's 10 Best. They laugh together. And they cry together.
Are you crying? There's no crying in baseball!
They're best friends forever.
Because you know I'll always love you no matter what.
Hollywood's 10 Best BFF movies starts now. Director Amy Heckerling takes the classic novel Emma and turns it into a high school hit. Clueless is number 10.
Did you write that?
That's like a famous quote.
From where?
Cliff's Notes.
Oh.
The flick follows Alicia Silverstone and her best friend Stacey Dash as they transform clueless new girl Brittany Murphy into Little Miss Popular.
I want people to have a really good time with this film. I really want them to just go and laugh. That was my biggest concern. I was trying to make sure everybody was laughing.
Alicia had been cast in a few music videos, and Amy Heckerling spotted her while she was working out.
I was watching MTV one night on my treadmill, and I saw the Aerosmith video. And like the rest of America that saw her, I just thought, who's that girl? I loved her.
She was the it girl. When we saw the movie, we found our second crush was Stacey Dash. On set, they immediately connected, possibly because they found someone who could understand the realities of being this attractive.
When I met her, I immediately got a vibe from her. She's down to earth, and we bonded. You know, it was nice.
Hello? There was a stop sign? I totally paused.
Amy Heckerling already had some teen movie experience from her work on the 80s classic Fast Times at Ridgemont High. For Clueless, she decided to dig deep and hang out with real students at Beverly Hills High to get a sense of what their lives were really like.
There was a teacher at Beverly Hills High School, Mr. Hall, and he let me sit in his debate class. So that was a lot of fun for me. And there were just various teenagers around town I would talk to. And for me, the most fun, though, was the vocabulary.
Alexis Bledel, America Ferrera, Blake Lively, and Amber Tamlin try friendship on for size. Our number 9 movie is The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
4 friends try out a magical pair of jeans and have their summer turned upside down for the better. How does a pair of jeans fit 4 people of different sizes? Who knows? Why would jeans make your life better? I don't care, but we can all agree this is the greatest movie ever to feature pants in the title.
You think that a pair of jeans that fits all 3 of you is going to fit all of this?
The whole point of the movie is sort of that we're all very different and we're not all the same even body type. So, I mean, the fact that they fit all of us is sort of just symbolic that it's not really about the surface level. It's something else. It's more of a connection about, the connection between the girls is deeper.
Oh, it's a metaphor.
The filmmaker sent all these girls on a shopping spree to help them bond, which was helpful because, as we all know, there's a scene in the movie where they have to go shopping for the magical pants.
And the director really wanted it to feel natural in every aspect, and so wanted us to kind of have that physical experience of shopping with each other.
When you're working that closely with people, you want it to be, relaxed, or not relaxed, but comfortable, and you want to be comfortable with people, and it was just great. Last summer was really awesome.
Yeah.
Up next, what movie was full of frenemies?
You either hear that we all got along fabulously or we were all fighting all the time.
This is Hollywood's 10 Best BFF movies. Stealing the number 8 spot is A League of Their Own. When 2 sisters joined the first female baseball league in the 1940s, they learned the value of teamwork.
Penny Marshall directed this movie, and you might know her from the sitcom Laverne and Shirley. So she's got the industry cred, which explains why she was able to get Gina Davis in the lead, and then Madonna, Rosie O'Donnell, and Tom Hanks in supporting roles. Listen to those words again. Tom Hanks, supporting role. Never happens.
There was very little friction. It was almost cast so that there would be no big personality problems. The easiest maintenance actors that I could find.
It was a scorching summer when they were filming. I mean, some days it would get up to 120 degrees. And with such a huge cast and so many extras, they had to find ways to entertain themselves and keep their minds off the heat.
We sort of entertained each other and the 5,000 extras by singing TV theme show songs. And Gina and I sang Bohemian Rhapsody, and some of the PAs who knew all the words.
This is the kind of movie where even if you get cast in it, you're still starstruck because of the people you're working with, and that's exactly what happened to Rosie O'Donnell. She had just seen the movie Truth or Dare, the documentary about Madonna, and then found out she was gonna be working with Madonna. She lost it.
I came out of it with this friend of mine, Mike, and I said to him, you know, wow, I can't believe she's so powerful, blah, blah, blah. And he said, oh, maybe you'll work with her one day. And I like went off on him. I went, you're such an idiot. Don't you know that she is the most famous woman in the pop star? I am just a comedian. I will never work with her. You don't know anything about show business. 2 weeks later, I'm like, hey, guess what?
You know, they got over 100 girls here, so, some of yous are gonna have to go home.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, Doris.
Those people are jerks.
What do you mean, some of us?
There were rumors that when these women got on set, they broke up into individual cliques and started getting snobby and catty.
Okay, some of them are going home.
Hey, how did you do that?
You either hear that we all got along fabulously or we were all fighting. Well, I suppose it was both.
Are you crying? There's no crying in baseball!
The thing about this baseball movie was a very bonding experience for me. I think it was a very difficult shoot with all the physical demands and the weather, and it was long and tough. And I think you bond in adversity.
The number 7 spot belongs to a group of heavenly heroines, Charlie's Angels.
Good morning, Angels.
Good morning, Charlie. Based on the classic 70s TV series, the movie became a BFF blockbuster thanks to its powerhouse cast.
Cameron Diaz, Lucy Liu, and Drew Barrymore pretty much became besties while filming this movie.
Sometimes when you're not feeling so great, you have girlfriends to wrap their arms around you and say, you know what, everything's gonna be just fine, and we're gonna work it out, and then we all have our moments where we support each other that way.
The girls trained hard for this movie. We're talking 8-hour days, 7 days a week for 3 months to get their bodies ready for combat.
I couldn't touch my toes when I went into training. Like the first day I was like, excuse me. It was like, something you need to know. I can't touch my toes. And they were like, oh, that will change. And of course, by the end of the day, my forehead was down on my knees with, our trainers pushing down on my back going, pain is your best friend. Get to know him.
Sometimes when you go through really painful experiences, it makes you closer as people.
Who are you people?
Damn, I hate to fly.
Angelina Jolie was originally offered the part of Alex, but she turned it down because she didn't like the original series. Other people considered for the movie: Mila Jovovich, Halle Berry, Jodie Foster, Kate Winslet, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Tandy Newton.
There's so many talented actors out there, and I think that definitely there's a market. People want to see, women go to films to watch movies as much as men do, and I think that women want to see themselves represented.
Coming in at number 6 is the ultimate revenge flick, The First Wives Club.
Ladies, remember what? Don't get mad, get everything.
High school besties Bette Midler, Goldie Hawn, and Diane Keaton lost touch over the years. But when they're dumped by their dudes, they band together to hit them where it hurts: the wallet.
The greatest thing that happens to Annie is that her husband leaves her, because it opens up a whole new world for her, and it opens up the possibility of friendship.
All 3 women have a birthday within 45 days of each other, so they celebrated their 50th birthdays together on set.
Bette is fun. She's a perfectionist. She likes things done the right way. Diane is, very joyful, right there, absolutely prompt, really lives in the moment, and is totally spontaneous.
Goldie's natural. It's like the definition of a natural is Goldie Hawn. Goldie's unsinkable. Goldie, you can't get her down.
We're hanging on by a thread, we're just discards. We're not hanging on by a thread and we're discards. Look at us by being together, us, unity.
There's a hilarious scene in this movie where Goldie Hawn's lips are taken to a whole nother level. It's kind of like that thing Kylie Jenner does, with the lips.
Morning, Mom.
Morning, Miss Elliott. I put saline solution inside my mouth, inside my lips rather, and blew them up, and it was, it made them really big and disgusting. And it went away in 2 hours, so that was the good news.
There's some good music on this movie, but essentially anywhere where Bette Midler sings is fantastic.
We're singing a lot together, laughing a lot together, enjoying each other. And Bette just said the other day, God, I'm gonna miss you guys when this is all over. And, we all shared that.
Happy days.
Up next, why did Kristen Wiig think she was dying?
I called my dad and basically was like, goodbye. I thought it was the end.
This is Hollywood's 10 best BFF movies. The number 5 flick belongs to Angela Bassett, Whitney Houston, Leela Rashawn, and Loretta Devine as they try to breathe new life into their relationships in Waiting to Exhale.
These are my ladies, my friends.
The story evolves around these women, and I think it's nice to see in film your friends, you know, your contemporary stories about you.
The movie is based on the best-selling novel by Terry McMillan. Forrest Whitaker was stoked to take on the story for his directorial debut.
I love the spirit of it. I mean, I love that it was about friendship, relationships, and love, pain. It went through all kinds of emotions, and it was just an opportunity, too, to get to work with great artists.
We all hit it off immediately. We're each so different, and we each work so different.
There's a scene in the movie where all the women are singing in the car, which would be a fun scene to shoot if you're just goofing around, but Angela Bassett is on screen with Whitney Houston. Greatest love of all, Whitney Houston. I will always love you, Whitney Houston. That stuff is stressful.
It is a little intimidating for me, you know, singing, period. I can lip sync you under a table.
The 4 actresses really bonded over the fact that African-American women finally had strong, awesome lead roles in a feature movie.
I think that this will spawn other movies and encourage more writers to write about us. You know, middle-class African-American women are not represented in the media at all. And this is a start, I hope.
At number 4, Bridesmaids is the life of the wedding party. Kristen Wiig and her friend Annie Momolo wrote the script in 6 days. Then they spent 4 years rewriting it for comedy god Judd Apatow.
Kristen Wiig had known Annie Momolo for years. They met back in LA at the Groundlings Improv Theater. Kristen also had been friends with Maya Rudolph since their SNL days. Essentially, this movie was Kristen assembling all her favorite actresses and friends into one movie.
There's so many funny women out there, and to be able to have a movie that just has like a lot of funny roles for women instead of just like a couple on the side was so gratifying for Annie and I to write and like help cast.
One of the greatest things about the movie Bridesmaids is the relationship between Kristen Wiig and Maya Rudolph. And I'm not just talking about their characters, but as performers, they are so tight-knit that it just translates to this amazing friendship on screen. And that's something you just don't see in every picture.
It really just starts with the script.
Judd Apatow wanted more physical comedy in the movie, but Annie and Kristen didn't, so the food poisoning scene was the only time they gave in.
There are many things you can't unsee after watching this film. One of them is Maya Rudolph taking a crap in her wedding dress.
It was not hard for the women to do this scene because they've all had pretty traumatic experiences with some nasty food.
I went to India and I was by myself.
Right there.
I was by myself, and I remember I had a cup of tomato soup and there was a little circle of cream on the top. I don't know how many hours later, but I called my dad and basically was like, goodbye. I thought it was the end.
I got it at a wedding, and all of a sudden I just looked at my boyfriend and I thought, like, I'm gonna be really sick. And it was so violent and so intense that I had to go to the hospital.
I freaking love this movie. If you've ever been in a wedding, it's just truth.
Backstabbing its way into the number 3 spot is Mean Girls. When a sheltered mathlete, played by Lindsay Lohan, ventures into high school, she gets a crash course in popularity.
The cafeteria. You got your cool Asians, burnouts, jocks, the greatest people you will ever meet, and the worst.
She's never been to high school before, and she kind of comes in and it's very, very cliquey. And she ends up falling into the wrong crowd of people and does things she normally wouldn't have done if she was surrounding herself with people that were a little bit nicer.
It has everything. Catchphrases, an awesome soundtrack, a sober Lindsay Lohan.
After writing all your favorite things on Saturday Night Live, Tina Fey adapted the book Queen Bees and Wannabes, and she dug deep. Her research involved her going into the trenches and hanging out with high school students to find out what it was really like.
Girls will have girls that are their best friend, and they'll go, that's my best friend. And then the girl's not nice to them at all.
I've been bullied, You ladies know who you are?
You always have people that are like looking at you a weird way, and then you have your friends, and then you fight over guys sometimes and that kind of thing, and it's whatever.
This one girl I talked to was saying like, well, you know, like my best friend, sometimes we'll go to a party and she'll just leave me there. And like, she's my ride, but she's my best friend. I'm like, what? Get a new best friend.
You learn to deal with it, and you get past like dealing with the drama and stuff, and it just becomes, you're just like, oh, whatever, I'm having fun.
It shows the backstabbing side of high school friendships, especially for girls, but it also shows the benefits of being yourself and surrounding yourself with good people.
If someone's telling you to do something and making you feel uncomfortable, then you shouldn't really put yourself in a position to be friends with them anyway. So just go with your gut and what you want to do.
Up next, who nearly beat Susan and Gina to be Thelma and Louise?
The role was first choice. What happened was I kind of stuck to my gun.
This is Hollywood's 10 best BFF movies. The #2 flick has some serious girl power vibes.
All right.
It's Thelma and Louise. When Gina Davis and Susan Sarandon head out for a weekend getaway, their friendship is put to the test.
God damn it, Thelma. Look, up until now we had only two things going for us. One, nobody knew where we were, and two, nobody knew where we were going. Now one of the things we had going for us is gone!
One kind of great thing that she has in her life is this friendship.
Typically, you don't see a lot of strong female characters written in movies, so the fact that there's two in the same picture was a huge deal for Hollywood. Everyone wanted parts like these.
I thought Thelma and Louise was really about women having the courage to leave a relationship.
Try and imagine this. When Callie Corey wrote the script, she was thinking about Frances McDormand and Holly Hunter. A little bit different. Then there was rumors that Meryl Streep and Goldie Hawn were going to be Thelma and Louise.
I don't know whether we almost did it. We certainly entertained the thought of it. Yeah, there was a moment, I mean, a brief moment that it might have happened.
Can you imagine Thelma and Louise with Meryl Streep and Goldie Hawn? The acting is amazing, but it's not nearly as Street. It's more Streep. Ultimately, the director, Ridley Scott, cast Susan Sarandon and Gina Davis, and it was the right play. They are amazing.
The role was first choice. What happened was I kind of stuck to my guns.
The movie was nominated for 6 Oscars, and both Gina and Susan were up for Best Actress.
It was an unusual circumstance for Susan and I to both be in the same category, and I wouldn't have wanted to win. I think there's no way to separate us, you know. It really was Thelma and Louise.
The only one who took home an Oscar that night was Callie Curry for Best Original Screenplay.
Look, Thelma, we're fugitives now. Let's start behaving like that.
You're right.
Thank you.
Before we see which BFF flick takes top spot, let's head back to the start. As if Clueless wouldn't take #10.
Whatever.
Blake Lively and Alexis Bledel squeeze into our #9 spot in the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. A League of Their Own catches the #8 spot. Cameron Diaz, Lucy Liu, and Drew Barrymore fight their way to #7 in Charlie's Angels. At #6, the First Wives Club is out for revenge.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Angela Bassett and Whitney Houston hold their breath for our #5 spot. It's Waiting to Exhale. Bridesmaids catches the bouquet and our #4 spot. The Mean Girls fetch our #3 position.
Get in, loser, we're going shopping.
And Thelma and Louise cruise to #2. That brings us to #1.
Hello. Welcome home, baby.
Taking the top spot, fun, fashion, and friendship fit together perfectly in Sex and the City.
How often do you guys have sex?
Snack. Miranda, please.
What? She's 3. She doesn't know what it means. I'm 41 and I still don't know what it means.
Those 4 characters, I have always believed, make up one complete woman. And you can wake up in the morning and be Carrie and have an afternoon like Charlotte, an early evening like Miranda, and hopefully a very late evening like Samantha.
Based on the hit TV series, the flick picks up 4 years later. But thanks to massive salary demands from the actresses, The movie almost wasn't made at all.
The only two choices for women, witch and sexy kitten.
Oh, you just said a mouthful there, sister.
What I'm really proud of is that Michael Patrick wrote a screenplay that sort of stands on its own. Without the backstory, I think he really wrote a beautiful screenplay about 4 women in their lives and where they find each other.
The ultimate single gal, Carrie Bradshaw, will be married to John James Preston come fall.
There was mega secrecy when they set out to make this movie. The cast all had gag orders, they could not talk about it, and the crew was actually setting up fake shoots to set the paparazzi on the wrong trail.
This was more of a cone of silence because of the fans. We didn't want them to know. We didn't want to spoil it.
I'm so sorry, everyone, but this is my friend, and she just got engaged, and she has been going out with the man for 10 years!
You can't talk about this movie without talking about the fashion. I mean, it's basically clothing porn.
The characters change outfits over 300 times, and Carrie rocks 81 different looks.
The shoes are thrilling and great eye candy, as are the clothes and the bags and the purses and the hairstyles. But the movie, ultimately, I really think you can't hang your hat on that. It's got to be about this idea of forgiveness and love and pursuing it the way you feel best about yourself and what it means to be a grown-up.
And Cinderella and the prince lived happily ever after.